welcome to another reading vlog. I'm really tired, but today's video is going to be reading highly anticipated Romantasy releases for the month of November. If you guys didn't see my TBR video for November, I talked about quite a few new releases that are coming out in November. It's now November 12th, and I think I have only read November releases and one December release of an arc that I received, and one October release that came out at the end of October. So I don't think I've read anything besides the Autumn Leaf Bookshop that didn't come out this month, or like next month, or just like the last week of October. So yeah. Quite a few books. So we are going to be reading 3 in this video, and I have 3 highly anticipated new Romantasy releases coming out. We're already currently reading the first one, so I will bring up the cover. And the first book that we are reading in this video is Between Two Kings by Lindsay Strobe. I forgot her name for a second. Get it together, Caitlin. You have no idea how freaking exhausted I am. So this is what the cover looks like. And this just came out today. Originally, I was thinking about reading a different new release that came out today as well. So 3 sequels came out today. I mean, actually, I wasn't even going to be able to read the second book for 2 out of the 3 of them. But this was the only sequel that was coming out that I had read the first book already. So I was like, I'm just going to read Between Two Kings. And I'm on chapter 19 right now. I'm 38% of the way through. We'll talk about that in a minute, though, because I want to talk about the 2 other books that I'm reading in this video. So that's one of them. Basically, the first week of the month, I just read, YA new releases. So, but I also had read an arc that I got for a book that comes out December 2nd, and that was The Rebel and the Rose by Catherine Doyle. So that was also a sequel. I've pretty much only been reading fantasy sequels except for the 2 romance books I just read. So I actually read 4 romancing. Oh my god, idiot. 4 fantasy sequels this month already. The Rebel and the Rose, Eternal Ruin, Never Ever After is not a sequel. Have I read 6 books, or am I tripping? I am on book 7 already because I finished 2 books yesterday. I didn't even put it on here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah, I'm already on my 7th book. So I'm actually a little bit more ahead than I thought again, which is amazing. So anyway, the second book we're reading in this video is probably my most anticipated read of the entire last half of the year. But also, I think I talked about this in my TBR video. Brigands and Bread Knives came out this Tuesday as well. It's technically yesterday because today's Wednesday already, so Tuesday was like an hour ago. But anyway, and let me just bring up the other one that came out today as well. And that is The Strength of the Few by James Islington. And this is the follow-up to The Will of the Many, which I need to read the first book, and that is pretty much our Apple Book Club pick this month, is The Will of the Many, and I'm so excited. I love how it's a book club pick. Also, the second book just came out, and also it's one of the books on my 25 in 2025, so But I'm not sure if I don't think I'm going into it next because I might be reading 2 other Romantasys this week because it's literally all I'm reading lately. I think I'm actually ready for them now because um I was kind of fantasy slumping out a little bit because I was reading too many fantasy books. So like I said, I read The Rebel and the Rose. I read Eternal Ruin, which was the second book to Immortal Dark, which came out November 4th, I believe. It was like last week already. And also Star Chaser came out 2 days after that, which I'm surprised it didn't come out on a Tuesday. And that was the sequel to Nightweaver by R.M. Gray. Immortal Dark, I believe I read last October, so I was already ready for the second book. And Nightweaver, I believe I read that earlier this year. So I was really excited for the second book. So anyway, the one that we're super excited for is Brimstone by Callie Hart. And obviously this is the sequel to Quicksilver. Everybody and their mom is waiting for this book to come out, including myself. I'm literally so excited. I can't wait. So we're just going to talk about that one when it comes out. And it's the second book in the Fae and Alchemy series. If you guys don't know what Quicksilver is, you might have been living under a rock. I'm sorry that you haven't heard of it because it's so freaking good. And then the last one, God, I'm so friggin' tired right now. My eyes are like falling asleep so hard. I don't think this is going to come up on Goodreads. It does, but it's not the trad published one. The last one we're going to be reading in this video is Fallen Stars by Amani Ariu. And this one comes out November 25th. So I'm very, very excited for that one, which is the sequel to Heavenly Bodies, is book 1. I'm going to go because I'm super tired. So we are going to talk about my thoughts about Between Two Kings tomorrow. I just wanted to film the intro right now. I forgot I have a little bit more time to film during the day tomorrow. You know what? Fuck it. It's fine. I'll only film for like 2 minutes. So I'm just not going to pick up my Kindle again because I don't feel like it. So basically, book 1 of this series called Split or Swallow, which is literally like the craziest title ever. It's called Kiss of the Basilisk by Lindsay Strobe. And this book like became like super viral online. Everybody talked about it because it's insane. It's freaking wild. It's one of the craziest books I've ever read in my life. But also one of the most sexual. But it was so much fun. But this one, so I'd read it with my actual like book club that we made at Barnes and Noble, and literally only read 2 books, and then everybody was like, "Bye, bitch." But you know, I think that was only like 4 months ago. So maybe they're reading this book, but who knows? With this one, it's not really as shocking as the first one. I mean, there's some moments that are shocking, but nothing's like too graphic. Like most stuff is just like sexual, but it's not like as shocking as the first book. And also Tembi pissing me off again because it's like so much stuff that annoys the shit out of me about her. And then also, what else? Oh my god, I totally blanked on what else I was gonna say. I'm gonna go. Bye, sorry. I'm just gonna update you guys tomorrow because I totally lost my train of thought. I'm so tired, so bye. Okay, so hey there guys. So I wanted to give you guys an actual update on where I'm at in Between Two Kings by Lindsay Strobe. The last time that I made an intro for this, I was just too tired to tell you guys. But I'm still tired. I mean, I just got up, but I'm going to tell you guys what's going on in this book because it's annoying me. But anyway, I'm on chapter 34. I'm pretty sure I'm on chapter 34. Let me just double check where I am in the audiobook. So the audiobook says I'm 70% in. But I've been reading a chapter and then like listening to a couple chapters and reading a couple chapters. Oh, I'm on chapter 36. Excuse me. Let me just update it. I was like, I knew that was wrong. So yeah, I'm 71% of the way through on chapter 36. And I'm on page 357. So This book is annoying me, but at the same time, it's ridiculous. And honestly, like, it's exactly what I needed to read right now. Exactly. Because, like, my mental health has been down the drain again because we lost our other dog a couple days ago. And honestly, I wasn't even ready to talk on camera yet until like it's been like only like a couple days. It happened on Monday and today's Thursday. And I was actually out east with my best friend. And I was actually off that day. That was like the one day I was off. And like we pretty much already knew that she was pretty miserable. She wasn't eating for days, and we found out it was a tumor in her abdomen. So, yeah, it sucks that it had to happen so soon after Wattie's. It's only been 2 months since we had to put Watson down back in August. It was like 2 days after my birthday. But at least thank God I was home. And I actually ended up feeding him his last meal that night before. So it sucks. It really sucks. But we still have the floor gun, the corgi, Merlin. He's like almost 3 months old now. I think he's like 12 weeks old, so I think he's like 3 months. That would be 3 months, Caitlin. And he's so cute. He's so cute. We love him so much. So thank God we have him. Or all of our mental health would be down the drain. What is this freaking mark on my laptop? Okay. So anyway, basically this book picks up pretty much where the last book left off. But I feel like with this one, it's definitely shocking me. Like, the shock factor is not gone. But, like, it's kind of like, I mean, I'm still having a good time. I'm still having fun with this book. It's just, Tem is so freaking frustrating. And literally on every page, she at least pisses me off at least once. And, like, asks, like, a dumb question literally on every single page. And I'm just like, Lindsay, girl, like, why is she so annoying? But I kind of get, she's still like making fun of like romantices, romantic comedies, romance books, and dark romance kind of all together. And it is really, really funny. Like, there are parts where I'm like literally just laughing out loud. But also it's just so absurd that like her books are supposed to be absurd that they're comical. But, like, the last book, the first book, literally made me freaking sob at the end because of Leo. And in this book, I feel like she's literally ruining Leo for me. And because, I don't know, I just wish I feel like if we got things a little bit more from Leo's perspective in this book, like maybe every 100 pages, we get like 1 or 2 pages of like how he's feeling about Tem, I would love it so much more. But I'm not saying this book isn't good because I'm having a good time. But also, like, what's happening, right? I can't even really explain what happens in this book unless you read them. Like, honestly, they're really hard to talk about without spoiling anything. But also, like, they're so outrageous that it's like, it is really not for everybody. These books are not for everyone. So, basically, Tem is torn between who she loves in this book, and she has that constant conflict of being in love with Caspin or Leo still. And basically, if you haven't read the first book, I'm sorry, but the first book kind of had like that shock factor in like a kind of gory way, but the gore wasn't like, I mean, there was 2 scenes that were pretty gross, but it wasn't like insane. But like, actually, the one scene in the first book that I think you guys know what I'm talking about with the father, that was probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever read in my life. But it was like shocking and insane. And now in this book, it's like, is she gonna fuck every family member of this fucking family? Because that's pretty much what's about to happen right now. That's like literally the part that I'm up to. And I think she already did. So I'm actually setting up some plans with one of my coworkers tomorrow. We're going book shopping, and then we're also going to get dinner or lunch. We're not sure which one. And we're going to get margaritas and tacos at this place that I haven't been to since my friend's birthday. And that was like back in like January, I think. No, it was back in like April. Why did I think it was so long ago? But I haven't been there in months, and I kind of want to get some margaritas tomorrow. And since I'm not going to be able to drink tonight and I need to drink, I mean, I did drink on Monday because me and my friend went out east and we went to quite a few wineries. So when my mom told me it was happening with Luna, I was pretty buzzed. So it didn't really hit me as emotionally until, I mean, I was still crying when it happened, but it didn't really hit me hard until I like got home and I realized, she's not here anymore. Like, I didn't cry when I went in to see my mom. I did, like, that night. It just really hit me. So, it sucks, but that's life, unfortunately. But anyway, so I'm going to Silent Book Club tonight, and I should finish this book today. And then I think I'm going to go into For Whom the Bell Tolls next by, Jessa Lynn. That's probably the most hyped book on TikTok, and one of my friends has been pushing me to read it, and I really just want to read like a hell kind of romantasy, so very excited for that one. So I'll probably just start that one later at book club. And then after that, I might just go into like a quick palette cleanser, and then Brimstone comes out. I'm not sure which book I want to go into. Maybe Legends and Lattes or Falling Like Leaves. Because like I said before, I've been reading like so much fantasy this month already because there's been so many new releases. So, yeah. So then tomorrow I'm going to Barnes with my coworker. And she's like, she just texted me. And because I said before, she was like, which one should we do first? Should we eat first or should we go to book shopping first? And I was like, well, the question is, do you want lunch or dinner? And then she's like, dinner. And then I was like, but we could also go buzzed book shopping too, LOL. And she's like, no, I will buy the entire store. So, yeah. So basically what's happening right now is like there's like a tournament going on of like fucking and it sounds so ridiculous because that's the basilisk way, and they say that like constantly throughout the whole book. And when she says these things, it's really funny, but I could go on and on and on about this book and never shut up. But also every single character in this book is annoying me but like not to the point where I completely dislike them. They're just annoying me like the whole time. And the only person, like I said, that I like in this book, I don't think I said this before, is Apollo, which Apollo is Caspian's brother. And with Basilisk, they don't follow like typical human rules when it comes to like marrying a basilisk or bonding with a basilisk or falling in love with a basilisk. They pretty much can whoever they want still, as long as they don't love that person. And right now, Tem's marriage is being contested, and they are, contesting her bond with Caspian. And right now they have to have like a sex tournament in order to determine who her true mate is, which is so ridiculous. I'm like, how does this make any sense? Because, I mean, this book isn't supposed to make any sense anyway, but at the same time, like, the reason why I really loved the first book is because the plot was actually really, really good, despite Temperance's insufferableness. I think in this, she's just even dumber, and she's annoying as hell. But Caspian, too, like, he does this, like, reverse psychology thing on her, and I don't know why nobody sees this, but it really bothers me. And he's gone all the time in this book. Like, he's always hunting. He's, like, girl, like, and what makes no sense about him saying, like, I will always protect you, I'll always be by your side. And she's like, how? You've been gone all the time. And I'm like, I have to agree with Tim at this point, and that's why she went to Apollo to teach her how to petrify, because she was struggling on how to petrify in the first book, because bitch don't listen to Caspian. But then she was able to petrify with Apollo. So make it make sense. But anyway, so she's like, I need to learn how to petrify in order to protect myself when you're not here. And I'm like, I have to agree with her on that, because it's like, it's such a contradiction of everything that he's saying. And she's like, he's like, I will always protect you. And then it's like, but you're gone all the fucking time. Like, what the fuck? So there's that. Sorry, that was a little violent. But yeah, anyway, I'm like 71% in, so I only have like less than 3 hours left in the book, so I should definitely finish it soon. I have like 2 hours left in the audiobook, so I'll probably read for like an hour or so, or more than that, because I don't have to get ready until like 3:45ish, because I have to go pick up my friend before that. I don't really have to get ready till 4, because I don't have to be ready to pick her up until like 4:50, so I have like 4 hours. And then tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to see my other friend, for book shopping. And then next week, after tomorrow, actually, I'm working another 5 days in a row. So I'm not really going to see anybody, because again, I have to work. So I actually was supposed to work today, but I released my shift like 2 weeks ago, because I knew that book club was tonight, and I was like, there's no way I'm not going to book club. And also, like, I kind of needed today off, because I've been working a lot lately. So this week was a lot later working week. And then, like I said, I'm working the next 5 days in a row. And then I have 3 days in a row off. And then Chaos Week starts, because of Black Friday after that. So at least I have some time off next weekend as well, because I got off Friday and Saturday. They just gave me off, which I was like, okay, I'm not complaining. I already made plans with like 3 of my girlfriends. So yeah, I'm just gonna spend as much time with my friends as possible when I can. Because the week after that, I won't be able to see any of them, because it's Thanksgiving. So I'm going to be working and spending time with my family, and that's it. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. I don't think it's really nice that my sister's coming soon, and she'll meet the puppy, and it'll be nice, because she still hasn't met him yet. So, because she hasn't been here since like June. I think she visited for like a day or two, and that was it. So, or like Mother's Day, I can't remember. So anyway, let me stop rambling. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now. And Apollo has always like liked her, and he always like teases her, and he just makes me laugh. But there's even a couple lines that he says that bothers me, like when she's going into the tournament, she's like, I'm afraid, and he's like, you have nothing to fear, Temperance. And then 2 pages later, it's like, he's not really comforting her. He's basically like telling her like everything that could go wrong. And I was like, but I thought she had nothing to fear. I'm just like, okay. No, actually, I think it was Adelaide explaining the rules to her of the tournament. It's just like, this shit is ridiculous. But basically, they all have to make her like finish in like a certain amount, like, and make her finish the fastest, or like they have to finish riding her. I don't know. It's just insane. This book is insane. But again, it was exactly what I needed to read right now. So yeah. I think I'm gonna go into The Will of the Many next weekend. Probably Friday into Monday, hopefully. Hopefully I'll have enough time to read it then. Let me check my work schedule. Let me just explain every single book I'm reading, because you guys have to know, obviously. Because next Thursday, I'm going to see Beetlejuice in the city with Becca, which I'm going to Silent Book Club with her tonight, and then I won't see her again until Beetlejuice. So we already have that, and also Wicked comes out next weekend too. So I don't know if we're going to be seeing Wicked as well. And also she told me she wanted to have a Friendsgiving too, and it might possibly be that weekend because Sunday I'm only working till 6. So I don't know. I'm going to be pretty busy after my days off. So I don't really know. But anyway, that's it. I will check back in when I finish it, and then the next book I'm going to be reading in this is Brimstone, and I'm literally counting down the days. We have a week left from today. I don't know how that makes sense. No. We have 5 days. Why did I keep on thinking it comes out on the 20th? It comes out on the 18th. So that's the only book I'm going to be reading. So I might go into a palate cleanser after For Whom the Bell Tolls, or I might just go into The Princess Knight because I really wanted to read that too. But those are both like longer books. So, but since I'm finishing this book today, and this book was 500 pages, we'll see. We'll see. So that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I wanted to let you guys know that I did finish Between Two Kings by Lindsay Strobe. I'm not going to hold this up, though, if I could speak, because I'm charging my Kindle right now. It's like at 50%, and the plug kind of falls out sometimes, so I'm trying to make sure it charges to 100% when I'm keeping the plug in. So, my thoughts. I still really liked it. I still had a good time, and like I said, I just needed a book that gave me a good time, and that's exactly what this book did. Even though Tem is frustrating as hell, and she annoyed me about the other characters, there was something that happened towards the end, and people were talking about the ending of this book and how upset they were about it, and it was pretty upsetting. I almost cried, and I haven't felt that way about reading in a while. I haven't cried from a book in a while. I kind of got teary-eyed a little bit from a book, I think, because, I've been crying so much with other things in my life, losing my dogs, that honestly, I haven't really gotten upset from reading lately. Honestly, reading's been my ultimate escape lately. That I've just been reading really good books and not things that are making me upset. I think the one that I was close to crying to last month was A Tempest of Tea, or A Steeping of Blood, when one of the characters dies. And I think the second book I almost cried, but besides that, I don't think I cried at all in any books that I read last month, and that's rare for me because usually but also I didn't read any general fiction last month, and usually those are the books that make me cry the most. But also, I think I would have cried in this book, but I didn't because I was getting ready. And I was doing my makeup, and I'm like, I can't redo my makeup if I cry. So, yeah. Anyway, so basically she makes the decision that she should make, but she has to sacrifice something in order to stay with the person that she tries to choose. And she does choose that person, but then she's still in love with the other person, and then shit goes down. But honestly, I still think it was good. I still think a lot of things were answered in this book. I do think it sets up the third book really well, and I'm going to read the third book still because I am thoroughly entertained by this series. It's not like she isn't insufferable, but I think it's so exaggerated on purpose, but she almost makes her she's a little too dumb, because it's just a little contradictory by saying Tem, you're strong, and then in the next minute Caspian is saying you always make your own decisions anyway, kind of insulting everything he had just said to her. I just don't really understand that, because I understand he's a basilisk, and I guess they all kind of have human forms. Maybe that means they are always having a conflicting... I mean, never mind. Actually, forget what I'm saying. Because Caspian also frustrated me towards the end by saying, I knew everything all along about how you felt about Leo. And I'm just wait, now he's finally admitting it 90% into the book? I'm just like, okay, then why the fuck did you say to her, it's two different things to love two different people? And then he's like, but I knew all along that you loved him. I guess he was just denying the truth because he knew what he had to do at the end. And if you read the book, then you'll understand. I mean, I know that the book just came out 2 days ago, so I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, but I'm going to give it a 4 stars. It wasn't really any higher than that. The first book was a 4.5, but this one I'm going to give a 4 stars. I really haven't felt that compelled to give anything 5 stars lately. Never Ever After was pretty close, and so was Autumn Leaf Bookshop, but nothing has given me 5-star feelings since The Night of Magic, right? The Night of the Witch, I mean, not The Night of Magic, you idiot. I think it's been almost a month since I've given a 5-star. But I have a feeling I'm not really going to have that many, probably Brimstone, because come on, of course Brimstone is going to be a 5 stars. Like, I'm already putting it out into the universe. But yeah, my last 5-star was Night of the Witch, which was 10/19 to 10/21. So it's almost been a month. And it'll be pretty much a month until I give Brimstone a 5 stars. But also, you guys, I think that this book is going to be a 5-star, actually, the book that I'm currently reading, because I told you guys I was going to start For Whom the Bell Tolls by just J.C. Lynn earlier at book club, and I'm 80 pages in. I read like 40 pages at book club, and then I listened to a couple of chapters. I read a little bit at home because my girl Leah was on a reading sprint. Let me see if my girl Steffi is on a reading sprint tonight, because I haven't seen her in a while on a reading sprint. So basically, Silent Book Club is one big reading sprint anyway, with a bunch of people that you read with for an hour or so. She must be working a lot, because I haven't seen her live in a while. It might just be a busy season for her right now. So anyway, yeah, I think that this book is going to be 5 stars, because I'm freaking loving it. I think it's so good. So I'm going to read that. And then I think I'm just going to pick up like a quick fall romance before Brimstone, just so I don't read too many back-to-back fantasies. Because after Brimstone, I'm probably going to probably just read Legends and Lattes really quick. Because I wanted to devote Friday through Monday, hopefully, to The Will of the Many and The Strength of the Few. Because I have to see what my work schedule is. But I know Thursday through Saturday I'm not working. But also I don't have the library copies of both of them. I only have the physical copies. And your girl is going to need some Kindle copies of these books because they're chunky. They're pretty chunky. So, but I think going into a fall romance after this will just be really easy. And then maybe I'll just do Legends and Lattes just to finish that really quick, but we'll see. I only have 4 days until Brimstone comes out, and I'm probably only going to finish this book and, again, a fall romance, because this book is like 600 pages, so I knew I was going to have, like, longer books this month, and that's totally fine. Yeah, Sunday I'm only working 4 hours, but it's my brother's birthday, but I don't think it's really going to make a difference. So I really wanted to devote, if I could freaking speak English, Friday and Saturday to reading The Will of the Many. So I'm probably only going to read like one more book. No, I'm not even going to be able to read another book after Brimstone. I'm going to have to start The Will of the Many, so, because Brimstone comes out the 18th, and I'll probably finish it on the 20th, and then I have to do The Will of the Many, and then jump right into the second book, because I need to read them before the holidays, before the holiday week kills me, so, because I'm not going to be able to read them after that, and those are the only 2 books that I really need to read this month. And then after that, I could take a little bit of time before Fallen Stars comes out, because you best believe that's the only book I'm going to be reading on the 25th. So, yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm going to go, though. It was good, though. I was thoroughly entertained. And I'm very excited for the next book. So yeah, that's it. Bye. You guys. This book. So yeah, I have been reading Brimstone for the past 24 hours. I didn't actually start physically reading the book until like an hour ago. But I've been listening to the audiobook and I'm obsessed. I am absolutely fucking obsessed with this book and with this world, and guarantee this is gonna be another 5-star. So, right now, I think I'm actually, sorry, I'm like totally blocking my face, but I'm actually a bit further in. I just listened to a bit more, so I'm actually on page 416. So I only have like 200 and something pages left, because I think it's like 660 pages or something like that. And you guys, it's just, I had to go pick up the physical book, and I just thought that the matte black one was a lot nicer than the red one from Target. And also, I really try avoiding picking up Target exclusive editions anymore. I actually don't remember the last book I bought at Target. I haven't bought a book at Target in months, because I buy most of them from Barnes now, because since again Barnes is so close to me. I don't think I've bought a book from Target since Onyx Storm. I don't even remember the last time, besides Grim and Oro, but I ordered that online like last month, and that's because just special edition was cheaper to get from Target. So anyway, I can't really say much about this book though. I'm gonna put it down because it's a freaking brick. But it's too heavy to hold. But basically, this book goes into, sorry, very tired. Kingfisher and Ceres's romance a lot more. There's also a lot of things that had happened at the end of the first book that are being answered in the second book. So I'm basically like 60% of the way through already. I've just been listening to this book pretty much any spare moment that I have. I actually got the audiobook on Hoopla. It's actually available on Hoopla at 12 a.m. at midnight last night, so I didn't even have to wait for the audiobook. So I just started listening to it as soon as it hit midnight. But I had to wait for it to be on Kindle at 3 a.m. But my library had copies of the book very early, but they don't have the Kindle version. They only have like the Libby app version, which is terrible. So I actually didn't get it on Kindle. I did, but then I was like, oh, my library has it, so I'm going to return it on Kindle. And then I'm like, tell me why I want to get it again on Kindle, because it's just going to be hard to hold the physical copy, but I'm just going to have to deal with it. So I actually read like 20-ish or so pages earlier of the physical book. I'm probably mostly going to listen to the audiobook. I actually didn't even physically read the Quicksilver paperback when I bought it. I bought it after I had read it on Kindle Unlimited and listened to it on Audible. And that was back when it was an Audible exclusive. Now, thank God, they're not Audible exclusives anymore. And you can get them pretty much from the library anywhere. So I was able to get Between Two Kings from Libby, and then I was able to get Brimstone from Hoopla. So at least I've lucked out on the audiobooks for both of them. I think for Fallen Stars, though, I'm probably going to have to get it on Everand. Or probably the library, so we'll see. So yeah, it's pretty late. Actually, I actually worked earlier today, 1 to 7, and then I actually picked this up on my work break. Um, because I actually clocked out exactly when a couple minutes after I needed to go on break because I just went and got my food, and then I went and clocked out, and then went to Barnes, and it took me all of 10 minutes to pick up the book and go back to work. Go back to eat on my break. So that's what I did. Because if I waited until tonight, I wouldn't have been able to get it because I was going to the movies after work with my friend, with my best friend. I was like, oh, I'll just get it, after work. And I was like, wait, I'm not working till 8 tonight. And also, if I was working till 8 tonight, I would have just went to Barnes after and then went home to go get it. But I'm working till 8 tomorrow night, and I was thinking I was working until 8 tonight, and I was like, I'll just go get it after work. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to the movies after. But I'm gonna go, so I'm super tired, so I will check in tomorrow. So bye. Okay, y'all. So, I'm not holding the book right now because it's a brick, so I'm not holding it. I'm sorry. We'll hold it when we talk about it at the end of this, because I'm going to be owning the third book that I talk about in this video too. So, we finished Brimstone by Callie Hart. We finished it. We just finished it like an hour ago. So I finished it in 2 days. I started it at midnight on release night, and I just finished it tonight. So I literally finished it within 2 days, which is crazy because I just listened to it for probably 75% of it, and I probably only read like maybe 20-25% of it because I didn't get the physical copy until last night, and then I read like 20 or so pages of it, and then my Libby loan didn't get the Kindle version of it until like last night too. So because sometimes libraries like procure digital copies that aren't able to be downloaded to like a reading tablet, like a Kindle or a Kobo or whatever. So I had just borrowed the book, and I was like, maybe it'll be available on Kindle like tomorrow or something, and lo and behold, it was. So I decided to download it, and I think I read like maybe 2 chapters on my Kindle. That was it, because it wasn't available last night. I would have read it last night on my Kindle, but it wasn't available. It was only available on my phone to read on the Libby app, which I don't like doing at all, because that means I have to read on my phone, and I want to read on my Kindle. So I'm just a picky bitch, and I forgot to take my Kindle out of my bag. You know what? Then we'll just grab the back of the book, alright? Hold the phone. Sorry, I left my Kindle in my bag, so we're grabbing it. Wow, look, she's so pretty. Oh my god, she's pretty. Yeah. This book left me with a shit ton of questions. Now we're putting it down. It's because it's too heavy. So, wow, you saw the book. Amazing. Oh my god. So, I don't really have words. And I kind of felt the same about this at the end as I did the first book, where I was kind of confused about my rating, but also I'm very confused by this ending, because I was just like, what? I literally just stared in my mirror after I finished it, and I'm like, this was me. Huh? Literally. I was like, huh? What? I could not form words. Because yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck? That ending, what the fuck? But it was a 5-star. It's a 5-star because honestly, she is such an immersive writer. She is a better writer than Rebecca Yarros, I feel like. And don't come for me. I just think she's an amazing writer. She keeps you completely immersed. And I know everyone talks about Kingfisher. I love him. I really do. I love my Shadow Daddy. I really do. He's one of my favorite Shadow Daddies ever. besides Callum from, I believe it's Callum. Caden. Not Callum, girl, because her name is Callie. I still love that name, by the way. It's such a cool name. But Saris, I love her. I love her character, okay? I love her more than Violet. I even love her even more than Aelin from Throne of Glass. And that's saying a shit ton because I loved Aelin, but y'all know my favorite Sarah J. Maas character is Feyre. I mean, we love Rizan, duh, and we love Dorian from Throne of Glass, but I love Feyre. I love Feyre more than Aelin, okay? Don't come for me. Because I think Aelin gets very arrogant within the second half of the series. The first half, I like her a lot. But the second half, I think she becomes a little arrogant. And there's nothing wrong with being confident. There's something else with being arrogant in, like, the way that she portrays her. I just feel like she just still, like, is, like, an ordinary teenager about things. But anyway, with Saris, I just love her character. Sorry, I'm getting comfortable because I've not been... I finally have 3 days off because I've literally worked the past 5 days in a row and I somehow still finished Brimstone in 24 hours. I think it was like 24 hours because it was midnight last night. Yeah, it was midnight last night to midnight tonight pretty much. So yeah, pretty much 24 hours. So that's fucking insanity, but here we are. Is that 24 hours or is that 36 hours? Math is not math. Okay? I work at Apple. That doesn't mean I can do math, okay? Math was always my worst subject, okay? We'll figure it out eventually. Maybe never, but we'll see. So, anyway, I just love Saris because, like, she's not too arrogant. She's, like, figuring out her powers with you. And I just think the way that she portrays the way that Saris is actually able to use her new powers, if you guys have read Quicksilver, you'll understand. But also, I didn't even realize her combined powers in this book gave her combined powers. And you'll understand what I mean when you read Brimstone. But, because I don't want to give anything away. But I just thought that was so cool. I was like, oh yeah, like she would have different powers because of this. And I was like, that's so fucking sick. Like, why didn't I think about that? And it's like, but also I feel like that's like the way that she's such a good writer is because you're figuring out things with Saris. And I feel like sometimes with like certain female empowerment characters like Aelin, like my girl from Fear the Flames. Why can't I remember her name right now, but I love her. I love that series. And also the way that Brimstone is written and the way Quicksilver is written, they remind me of like the same way Fear the Flames and Wrath of the Dragons is written. And I wish that those books were even more popular than or as popular as Quicksilver, because I feel like the whole cast, but also I wish we had a little bit more of the friends in this book as well, because I feel like in the first book, I don't know, I did love the first book more than the second book, but we got a shit ton of plot progression in this book. We really got, this was a very plot driven book. And she did say it was also going to be concentrating on Kingfisher and Saris's romance a lot more, because this one was dual POV as opposed to the first book, which was just Saris's POV, which was just single POV. So, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm tired, so I feel like I'm losing my train of thought. Hold on one second. Oh, about the way that Fear the Flames and Quicksilver is written is that I feel like it's like the whole cast of characters that you fall in love with because they're so funny, and it's like the found family aspect, and you just like love everyone together. And I feel like sometimes, even with Bridge Kingdom, I love Bridge Kingdom, okay? I love Bridge Kingdom. But it's very concentrated on the two main characters. You don't really care about like the whole cast of characters. you really only care about the two main characters in each book. So, but they're such strong characters that you don't care about the rest of the characters. You know what I mean? But in Quicksilver, like, you really care about the whole cast of characters. The same thing about about Fear the Flames. But I am so exhausted. I loved it. It was great. We'll talk more when we recap. So yeah, I'm just gonna like process what I just read though. But damn, cannot wait for book 3 now. I'm glad that there wasn't too much of a cliffhanger for this. It wasn't as brutal as Rebecca Yaros's endings, okay? But this was so good. I feel like it was a little bit slow in the middle, but then it picked up. And then again, the way that she writes, you're just so freaking immersed in this world. She's such a fantastic fantasy writer. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. So I'm going to add another book to this vlog because I have to. I have to add this book to this vlog. Because I hadn't read the first one yet until today, and I just finished it. I literally just finished it like a half hour ago. So we are going to be reading the sequel to The Will of the Many, and I'm going to be reading The Strength of the Few by James Enslington, because I just finished the first book, and holy shitballs, my jaw was on the floor. Like, the cliffhanger was not unbearable, I feel like, but also I'm so glad that we don't have to wait to read the second one, because there's no date for the third book yet. There's literally no date, but we apparently I just found out from Mariana's video, because I watched her 10 before the end last night, which I kind of really wanted to do a 10 before the end video. I might do it tonight after I get home, but I need to read this in order to film that video, or we'll film it tomorrow night after work, because I'm only working a 4-hour shift tomorrow. But I really wanted to devote it to reading this book. But holy shit, this was amazing. Holy shit, this was amazing. I'm talking about the wrong book. This was so goddamn good, you guys. I was thinking about making a TikTok for this, but also I think I'm just going to read right now because I'm tired. So anyway, this was amazing. I loved it. 6 stars. Seriously, 6 stars. It was so good. But also I wanted to include this one in this vlog as well because, one, I really want to, because again, it was amazing. The first book was amazing. But also, this is my 200th book this year. Just take that in for a second. But also, this is a brick, so I can't really hold it. And also, the cover for this one is so gorgeous. I really wish that I could have gotten the cover for the first book, because apparently the hardcover for the first book's beautiful artwork and beautiful new covers on Amazon, but also I don't want to give any more money to Amazon than I already am, because again, Audible, I really need to sign up for the 3-month 99-cent trial because I'm still paying the monthly subscription. Also, I might cancel Book of the Month. But again, this was amazing, and this was also on my 25 books of 2025, so I finally finished it, and I finally read it, so that's another book off of that list, which is great, and this was also on my November TBR. And also, this was the prompt for the author that intimidates me, but honestly, Stephen King's Billy Summers intimidates me a lot more than this one, so I think I'm just going to make this my 25 and 2025 prompt, but also I just put that back in the jar along with the author that intimidates me prompt for this book. So, and my 25 and 2025 book was Billy Summers, but I'm not getting to it yet again because I only have time to read 4 more books this month because I'm just going to be too busy after today. So, it was amazing. So that's why we have to read this. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this right now. I'm so excited. But I'm also terrified. I am terrified because the way that book 1 ended, and also book 1 was the first book that made me cry in like a month and a half. I have not cried from a book since September. And I don't even remember the last book that actually made me cry. I think it was Invisible Life of Addie LaRue or Gunkel. I can't remember the last book that actually made me cry. I want to look at my Goodreads right now and see. The barbecue place near the escape room. But also, I have a lot to tell you. And it's also Saturday night. Oh, well. So the barbecue places might be busy. So, yeah, super excited. Sorry, I'm just texting my friend because I'm going to see her later. I haven't seen her in like 2 months, so I really need to catch up with her later. Because I saw Beetlejuice on Friday with my best friend, or one of my best friends, and it was amazing. I got this hoodie there, so I'm wearing it literally like every day because it was expensive. It was like $80, so, but it says Beetlejuice on the sleeve, and it's so comfy. I love it so much, so I've been wearing it like every single day at home. Literally just today and yesterday, so that's every single day, obviously. And then I'm just looking to see if I want to wear something different tonight, but I think I'm going to wear the plaid that I pulled because I really want to wear it. So anyway, and then yesterday I saw Wicked Part 2 with the same person and her sister, and it was really fun. It was great. And I got a free meal because I didn't realize I had like almost $60 in movie rewards to redeem. So I was like, maybe I should get a free meal. So it worked out perfectly. So anyway, can't wait to start this. So I will talk to you guys when I start this. So yeah, bye. I mean, when I have a check-in, because I'm obviously starting it right now. So duh. But also my books don't match, but honestly it's fine. So let's start my 200th book this year. I honestly was thinking about just making a whole separate vlog just for this, or making a separate vlog reading both of these, but I figured I would just put it in this video because these are chonkers, and this is like 1,300 pages over like the course of 5 days. So, and this book is even thicker than the first one, but it's fine because I listened to a lot of the audiobook of this, but I also read like I think over 200 pages of the physical book. So that's pretty good. So yeah, that's it. Bye. So hi. So I wanted to give an update on where I'm at in The Strength of the Few by James Islington. I'm just going to hold it like this for like 2 seconds and I'm putting it down because it's so goddamn heavy. So I can't hold it the whole time. I'm sorry. I'm on page 167. I'm on chapter 20. Okay. So I read like 50 pages of it like physically today. Maybe like 55, something like that. I don't remember how many pages I read when I came home today. I think like 15 pages or something. But I read like 40 pages earlier today after I finished book 1. It's like I said, I needed a little bit of time to process, and then I started reading it. And then I listened to quite a bit of the audiobook, and so far, love it. It's so good. But I really can't give you much because I'm gonna spoil like a lot of it. Basically, you can't trust anyone in this world. Or worlds in the book. Pretty much everyone is an unreliable narrator. Even the main character, like being inside his head though, is so fascinating in these books because you don't know if you can trust what he's saying, but also he can't trust anybody around him either. He can't trust any of the other people that are introduced in this book because everyone will either betray someone or they will help you. But honestly, it's very similar to like what happens in Andor right now. And also, I do see some Hunger Games influence, especially in the first book, like towards the end. But it's so unique in its own way that like the influence from the Hunger Games is just making the story even better. So I'm excited to read more. I'm hoping to finish this book by Tuesday. Because, you know, it's a freaking chonker. I'm hoping I can finish it. I mean, I'm definitely finishing it before Thanksgiving. I just don't know what day that I'm finishing it before Thanksgiving because it's 707 pages, dude. And I'm like 27% in, a little bit over 20% in, so that is good. That's where I wanted to get today, and I'm glad I was able to start it on Saturday, because if I didn't, there would have been no possible way for me to try and finish it by Tuesday, because I did go out with my other friend earlier tonight, and she got me an $100 gift card to Barnes & Noble for my birthday, and she finally gifted me my birthday gift, because I wasn't able to see her before this. And I wasn't able to see her after my birthday until I was able to see her my birthday month, but she wasn't able to get the gift for me yet, because I think she had ordered it and had it shipped to her. But I went and bought books with her tonight too. So yeah, I think I'm about to fall asleep because I'm so tired. So yeah, I'm just gonna watch some YouTube and go to sleep. So bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I'm whispering because my sister is sleeping in the next room because it's Thanksgiving this week. So she always comes for every Thanksgiving. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I did finish The Strength of the Few literally just now by James Islington. I wasn't gonna grab the book again because it's too heavy, and I loved it. It was so good. Sorry I didn't make any other updates, but I just really wanted to finish this book today. I started it Saturday night, I believe, and I finished it today, Wednesday. So it took me like three full days to finish it. I listened to a lot of the audiobook, but I also tried to read at least 60 pages a day, and I did read 60 pages today. Yesterday, I think I read like 80, and then like the day before, I read like 50. So I think I read about the same amount physically for this one as I did for the first one, which was like almost 200 pages, even though this is a 700-page book, so I still think that's pretty good. It just all came down to time, and it just ends up being that I wanted to binge it physically, but I ended up just reading like 10 pages tonight. I read like 50 pages before work today, so that's good, because I didn't work until 5 tonight. But you know, family problems, so I didn't read it physically. I just finished the audiobook, but I love the audiobooks. They're so good. So I'm just not in the greatest mood right now. I'm doing pretty bad actually, but we'll just see how tomorrow goes, because you know, that's family for you, especially my mother. It's really nobody else but my mother. I can even deal with my fucking idiot brother. It's my mother that really just depletes my mental health completely, but what are you gonna do? And my ex-boyfriend, because he doesn't fucking give a shit about me. But anyway, sorry. So yeah, anyway, I really liked it. I can't really say too much though, and the end of this one was not as much of a cliffhanger as the first one. I don't think it was as... I was really expecting like it to be like a wild ending, but I wasn't really that shocked, because I kind of really figured out where it was going at this point, but it was still great. I still gave it 5 stars, by the way. The first book was 6 stars though, and I haven't had a 6-star read since like September, I'm pretty sure. And my last 6-star read was The Guncle, which I fucking love that book. Like I said, general fiction this year was my genre. Oh my god. But I've been reading so much fucking fantasy this month because it's November. November's the month of fantasy, so 1 second. So just want to hang my purse because it was raining earlier, so I just put it on the floor. So yeah, it was great though. You should read them. I highly recommend them. I think they totally live up to the hype, and they deserve all the hype that they get. They're addicting, and honestly, I would read 1,000 pages of these books because that's how fucking amazing they are. I was not bored literally once, and I think that is a massive talent of James Islington to keep you engaged the entire time. Oh my god, like I was hanging on every single word in this book. No word was wasted in this book. Every single word of this book was essential for you to understand the story and the overall plot. Just fucking fantastic writing. And I was so excited for the third one. He doesn't have any announcements for when the third one would possibly come out. I'm guessing probably 2027 because the first book came out in 2023. The second book came out in 2025. I'm guessing it's probably going to be 2027 because this book was 700 pages. So, and it was very, very highly anticipated for a lot of people. So I'm glad I finally read both of them. The thing is that I wish I could have read the first one a little bit earlier so that I could have actually finished the rest of the books on my TBR this month. But honestly, I'm doing pretty good with my TBR this month because I only have I had 4 more books on my TBR, but of course I'm not getting to Billy Summers yet again. I'm literally just reading fantasy the last 5 days, and for the last week I've just been reading fantasy because I had to read Brimstone, of course, and then The Will of the Many, then The Strength of the Few. So I went in with some chunky books lately. But I'm going into a bit of a shorter book right now. I'm trying to get the freaking sticker off. But I am very excited for this book, and this is the last book that we're reading in this video. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to read this tomorrow, but honestly, since I'm so fed up with my mom, I honestly might just go read after I go out with my sister tomorrow. Because my sister asked me if she wanted to get if she could get her nails done with me. And I said, yeah, let's go on Wednesday. I said, why don't you just hang out with Mom and Cameron today? Because I had work at 5, and I was like, why don't you just spend the day with them? And then me and her were going to go to the nail salon. And she was going to get her nails done, and I was just going to get a massage. Because I already got my nails done like a week and a half ago or something like that. I don't even remember when. But, my mom is being martyr as usual about me going out with her because, I didn't get off work a 4-hour shift today to spend with them, so we could do it today rather than tomorrow because, I have to be punished eternally for that. So even though they took me off for tomorrow, which was more important because it was a 9-hour shift tomorrow, and honestly, I'm so inclined to just pick up a shift tomorrow, but because honestly, my family, honestly, I'm just so sick of being I don't know what I did to her to make her hate me so much, to be honest. So, yeah, that's basically it. That's where I'm at right now. I cannot get this fucking sticker off to save my life. Hold on a second. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm going to jump into the second book in the Heavenly Bodies series. So the second book is called Fallen Stars by Amani Iriu. I actually picked this up early on Saturday night with my friend that I hadn't seen in a while. And they actually had one copy a little early on Saturday, and I snatched it up because I'm like, oh my god, thank god they have a copy early. But I wasn't able to start it until today, so. And I got this for free because I got it with my friend's gift card that she got me for my birthday, which was very sweet of her. Honestly, that's the sweetest thing that anyone has done for me lately. But also, the past 3 days have been really great with my friends that I knew I was going to be miserable when I was spending it with my family, but it is what it is. So I'm very, very excited for this one. This is my other most anticipated Romantasy release besides Brimstone and Onyx Storm and Crown Tide. So very excited for this. So yeah, I'm pretty much dead. My brain is done. I might get my nails done tomorrow though because I didn't realize it's been almost 2 weeks since I've gotten them done. I thought it was only a week and a half. but tomorrow would be like the 13th day that I have gotten them done last, and I didn't realize it was already that long. But I went like that night, so technically it's like 12 and a half days, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, because God forbid I do anything I want to do tomorrow with my sister, because I have to be guilted constantly. So yeah, I'm going to start this tomorrow. I'm just going to watch YouTube right now, because I don't really feel like reading. I wouldn't even be able to focus on reading right now. It's also 2:40 in the morning. Yeah, but the book was amazing. I loved it. Vis was really coming into his power. And yeah, I can't really say much more or I'm gonna ruin it, but it's just fantastic. You have to read it. So yeah, that's it for there, guys. I'm going to give you guys a reading update on where I'm at in Fallen. Why did I say Fallen? Fallen Stars by Amani Ariu. I'm trying to whisper again because this is my sister's last night home. But I got pretty far into this. I haven't really made an update before this because, you know, Thanksgiving and spending time with my sister and my family and stuff. So, so we're on page 448, which is really far because there's only 520 pages in it. Well, only. That was a significant amount. But honestly, the font size in this book is really big. So, and I think that there's a preview for... No, never mind. They're just bonus chapters. There's just a bonus chapter. Sorry. It's 530 pages, excuse me. I'm fucking up the page number in this book. But so far, I really have been enjoying this. This is the last book that I need to read in this video. And honestly, all the books that I read in this video were so good, you guys. Like, honestly. My least favorite was probably Between Two Kings, and my favorite probably this one with you. But this is really good too. This is falling like somewhere in the middle. I don't think I love this one as much as the first book still. The first book is so fucking good, you guys. I'm thinking about changing that to a 5-star. Because when I originally read it, it was a 4.75 because there was literally like two cheesy lines in it that made it a 4.75. But honestly, it's such a good book. But anyway, so basically in this one, Alara is trying to bring back her lover. I'm not going to say who because if you haven't read the first one, it's kind of a spoiler. And she basically has to team up with this guy named Adrian, who's a pirate, and we kind of get introduced to him in part 2, and we kind of get his POV in this book. And for some reason, he has an interest in Alara, but also he is kind of like effing a mermaid, which honestly, I'm kind of mad. I know that sounds crazy, but it's actually pretty hot, honestly. I haven't really read anything like that yet. I wish I would have picked this book for my mermaid prompt in my TBR video, because every time I pick that prompt, I never think I have something that will fulfill it. I didn't know there were mermaids in this book, so I'm like, fuck, I could have used this for my mermaid prompts, but I think I used it for a different one in my TBR video. I don't even remember what it was. I have to watch my TBR video again because I don't know which books I exactly didn't get to, but now we only have 3 days left in the month. And I'm definitely finishing one more book, and I'm definitely finishing this, but honestly, I don't know if I'm going to finish more than 14 books this month, which my goal was 15 books this month, because I knew I was going to have time to read half as many books as I did in October, which I read 20 books in October, which was a lot. It's significantly less this month, but also the reason why I read 20 books in October is because I read a short story and a novella, so technically I only read like 18 books plus like a short story and a novella, but still, that's still 3 more books than this month. But I'm hoping I am at least halfway through my 15th book by the time the month is over. I will be happy with that, and then I'll just finish it on December 1st. But literally all I'm reading is back to back fantasy. Like, seriously, every book I've read the past like week and a half or so has been fantasy. And then the first week of December is fantasy books. So I am so excited for Sweet Venom by Rena Kent coming out on December 2nd, along with Crown Tide and Rebel in the Rose. But I did read Rebel in the Rose literally the first of this month because I had the arc of it. And then Crown Tide is the fourth book in the Lightlark Saga, which is another fantasy. And what's the other one again that comes on December 2nd? Oh, Sweet Venom, which is book 2 in the Beautiful Venom series by I think it's called the Sweet Viper series or Viper series by Rena Kent. And I have been craving to just read a dark romance, and that is literally coming out at the perfect time for me. I was like, finally, I can take a break from fantasy because honestly, I'm getting a little bit sick of it. But not until after I finish Crown Tide, I'm going to read Sweet Venom. So, because I still have to read Grim and Oral before I read Crown Tide. But honestly, I might just jump into Sweet Venom on December 2nd and then just read Grim and Oral and Crown Tide. Because I just need a bit of a palate cleanser in between all these fantasies. And also, if I don't finish my 15th book on the 30th, because Sunday, I don't have plans with any friends. I finally have a day to myself. So I was just going to have my own reading marathon and try to finish. Obviously, I'm going to finish one book, like I said, that day. But I'm also going to try and read as much as I can of the second book that I'm into. Because I've started both books that I've been currently reading on my Kindle. Along with this book. Obviously, I've been reading this one physically, but I read a lot of this physically today. I think I read almost 100 pages of this today, which I was surprised because, it's Thanksgiving, but, got mad at my mom at some point. But so far, I'm really liking this, but I didn't understand why we were going into Adrian's POV. But now I kind of get it, but also, I think we'll find out more when it's over, or, towards the end. And then I think the third book comes out next November, so we're literally getting three highly anticipated Romantasy releases next November already. It's the third book in the Games Gods Play, which is called I don't remember what it's called, the Things Gods Reap or something like that. Don't remember the exact title. And then Quicksilver 3, which is Fey and Alchemy series, which is the sequel to Brimstone that we read in this video, which I'm so excited for. And then we're also getting, I think, book 3 of this series as well, and I think this one's going to be a trilogy too, like Quicksilver, if I'm not mistaken. And then Sunrise on the Reaping is next November as well. So we're getting a lot of book films too, because next month is The Housemaid, which is I think Christmas, and me and Felicia are seeing that movie. I really don't care about any other movie coming out at the end of the year besides The Housemaid. I'm so excited for it. But anyway, this is really good. I'm gonna shut the fuck up, and then we're gonna finish that in the morning before work, because I only have an hour left of the audiobook, so I'm literally just gonna listen to the audiobook in the morning. So that's it. Bye. Because I have to work all day tomorrow because it's Black Friday. I really just want to stay home and do absolutely nothing but read tomorrow, but at least I don't have to be until 1, which is nice. So yeah, bye. Okay, so hey there guys. So I wanted to let you guys know that I did finish the 4th book that we read in this video. It was supposed to be 3, but we ended up reading 4. So I did finish the last highly anticipated Romantasy fantasy sequel in this video, and that was Fallen Stars by Amani Ariu. I really did enjoy this book. I finished it this morning before work. I just finished the audiobook, but like I said, I did read quite a lot of it physically yesterday. I think I read almost 100 pages yesterday, so I did a lot more reading. I am so tired though, because I worked a 9-hour day because it's Black Friday. Then I have to do it all again tomorrow, but then Sunday I get to have a day to myself. And if somebody asks me to hang out, I might just be like, no, because I'm so tired. And I literally haven't had a day to myself in like a month, and the one day that I was supposed to, I ended up having plans still. And that was like over 3 weeks ago at this point. So I haven't really had one down day in November at all. And I knew that's what was going to happen. And then same thing in December. So I honestly think I have more days off in a row and not as many plans during the week. But also I think most of my plans are going to be on the weekend again. But I'm literally working every weekend in December so far. So anyway, this is not about my work schedule. This is about the book. So yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Other than I really didn't understand why we introduced a certain character's POV in this book, but we didn't do Enzo's POV, which I didn't really understand because we still had Alara's POV, and I was kind of dying to get Enzo's POV in this book. I think that's why some people didn't love it, but I still loved the story and where the plot was going. I really did enjoy it. So I'm giving this book a 4.25 stars. I don't know if this character is going to be a big influence in the third book. I don't think we got Enzo's POV in the first book. I think it was only Alara's. I really can't remember. But I don't think we got her POV. I mean, his POV in the first book. No. Yeah, it's literally just Alara's. Yeah. Fallen Stars, I don't remember it being more than one more POV in Fallen Stars, but people are asking for Enzo's POV specifically from the first book, and it's like, girl, what you doing? But also the third book now, is it going to be Alara and Enzo, or is it going to be Alara and this other character's POV that we got, which doesn't really make that much sense. But basically, I really like the way that she describes what heavenly bodies actually are. It's just a really cool magic system in this book. And I liked that there was pirates and mermaids in this. And yeah, it was really good. I don't really have much else to say. I'm sorry, my brain is totally fried right now. I'll give my overall thoughts of these books in my reading wrap up. I just don't know why I'm kind of blanking on what I listened to this morning, but also I don't really want to give much away because I want you guys to read these sequels for yourself. So yeah, we're just gonna rank the books really quick. So, read 4 books in this video, but I think I only have 3 spots to rank because the first books, the books that are in first place are tied because I really can't pick which one I liked more because I loved both of them. So number 3 is Between Two Kings by Lindsay Strobe. It was just because Tem is such an annoying, frustrating character. So number 4 was Between Two Kings. And I don't have anything else to say because again, my brain is fried. Number 3 is Fallen Stars by Imani Ariu. Between Two Kings, I gave 4 stars, sorry. Because I gave it a 4.25. It was still a great book. Not as good as the first book though. I liked the first book more. But it's just fast paced and it's fun and it's just a really good series. And it's just such a bingeable book series. And then number 1 tied is Brimstone by Callie Hart and Other Strength of the Few by James Enslington. They were just both phenomenal books, both 5-star reads. So, so good. I might have liked Strength of the Few just a tiny bit more, but also I fucking love the Quicksilver series, so because the Quicksilver obsession is real, but also the Strength of the Few, the storytelling and the engagement and the plot of the books are just phenomenal. So I'm not necessarily obsessed with the characters as much as I am with Quicksilver, because I love Kingfisher, but with Will of the Many and the Strength of the Few, it's kind of like the characters assisting the overall amazing plot of the story. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's about it. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at cpw819 and check out my TikTok and my Goodreads in the description box below. The links are both there. I post a lot of book content on my TikTok, and I review every single book that I read on my Goodreads. So if you want to check it out, you can. And I hope you guys have a great day and keep reading. And let me know if you've read any of these books. I would love to know. Nobody ever comments stuff, so I'm talking to myself. So that's why I don't really care about my thoughts in these vlogs sometimes, because I've literally never read one comment about my reading vlogs. It's just me talking to myself about books. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Keep reading. Bye.